wide. And we're gonna sink those hips right down. Bring our chest to the floor. We're gonna reach those arms out all the way in front. And just take a moment to ourselves to drop in. Taking note of any sensations in the body. Starting to take a couple of deep breaths into the belly. Just start to notice where our mindset is at currently and how our body is feeling. Doing a small body scan, bring our attention to the top of our head. We're going to sink it down all the way through the face, relaxing every muscle, softening the eyes, softening the brows, letting the jawline flow down, relaxing the tongue. Taking a deep breath in through the crown of the head, let that breath and energy come through the spine, floating through the throat, down through the shoulders, over the backside, over the body, opening up the back of the lungs, floating down through the belly. As we breathe, starting to engage the center. Every inhale, we relax just a little bit more. Every exhale, we're going to press that belly button into the spine, massaging the organs as we breathe. Bringing our awareness down over the hip sockets, over the thighs, down through the knees and the calves, and all the way out through the toes. Staying here for just a moment, allowing ourselves to release as much as possible. Whether that's physical, emotional, energetic, whatever it is that we're carrying today, let's allow all of that to be released through our breath, through our motion today. And while we're here, maybe bringing something to mind that we'd like to shift or change or send energy to manifest in our own lives. Allowing ourselves to hold on to that thought and that feeling as we flow through our postures today. When we're ready, let's take those arms. We're going to sweep them over to the right side, keeping our forehead down if we can, stretching out the left side of the body. Breathing deep into that lung space. Over to the left side, stretching out that right side, breathing deep into the hips, opening up space, and then coming back to center. We're going to slowly raise those hips up, bringing those hands and arms forward, finding our puppy pose. So keeping our hips stacked over top of our legs, over top of our heels. Reaching those arms forward. Stretching deeply into that front body, opening up the lungs, the ribs, and the heart space. Beautiful. From here, let's slowly bring ourselves up to all fours. And we're going to make small waves with our spine. So let's tuck the chin under, roll the spine up towards the sky, and rolling it down so we can make circular actions, leaning into the hips a little bit. We're going to look up, arch the back, and float to our cat. So this is a motion, an in motion cat-cow. Let's tuck the chin, roll the spine back, make a big circle into the legs, and inhale up and arch. Exhale, tuck and roll. Inhale up and arch. You can go as low as you'd like to go. Let's do a few more of these. Exhale, tuck the chin, roll back. Inhale up and forward. Yes, really making a nice wave in that spine. Starting to wake up the back and the shoulders. Beautiful. When we're ready, let's tuck those toes underneath. We're gonna walk our hands back and get right onto our feet. So we can stay in our yogic squat here. If you'd like, you can try to get the heels all the way down and open those knees. Otherwise, staying right on the ball of the feet is just fine. So we're breathing, we're lifting through the chest, opening that heart space. And when we're ready, let's straighten those legs, tuck the chin under, find our forward fold. So spreading those toes nice and wide, sending the hips up to the sky, maybe grabbing opposite elbows. Finding a space in the back of the legs. We can also send our body side to side, finding some fluidity. Good. When we're ready, slowly rolling all the way up to our mountain pose. So starting to engage those legs, bringing the center in towards ourselves. Rolling those palms forward. Finding a nice, big, tall stance. Finding our strength in our feet. When we're ready, on the inhale, let's sweep those arms up overhead. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Let's straighten that spine, looking out and forward. And exhale down. Let's walk into our high plank. Walking those arms forward. If we can, let's lower down as much as we can without touching the ground. Inhale to upward dog. And exhale, let's roll our hips back all the way to downward dog. Very nice. Let's walk those toes out. Get nice and comfortable in this space. Wagging our tail, finding some action, even in the stillness. Good. Finding our deep breath. Gonna start to build some heat in our body. When we're ready, let's look up to the hands, walk our feet there. Find our forward fold. Staying here for just a moment. Spreading those toes. Feeling
our vertebrae start to open up. Ready? Let's sweep those arms all the way up to standing, looking at those thumbs overhead. And exhale, heart center. Good, lifting from that center, finding a nice tall stance. Breathing deep, pressing those palms together. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lift to flat back. And exhale, plant the hands. Let's step back to high plank. Lowering through chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog, opening the chest. And exhale, float those hips back all the way to downward dog. Checking in with ourselves, noticing any sensations, letting them go, allowing ourselves to just exist without any analyzing. Good. On the inhale, look up to the hands. Let's bend those knees. We're going to step or hop up between them, finding our forward fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. Exhale, down. Inhale, sweep those arms all the way up overhead. And exhale to heart center. Very nice. Take a moment checking in with ourselves once more. And when we're ready, let's inhale the arms up overhead. We're going to take the right leg, bring it up with us, finding the balance. We can flex that foot if it feels good for us. See if we can lift it even higher. Good. And on the exhale, we're going to sweep that foot back, coming into our half moon, leaving our arms up overhead. We can play with bending that left knee or straightening. Whatever feels good for your practice today. Good. One more deep breath here. And on the exhale, let's step that right foot back. We're going to find our warrior one. Sinking deep into the legs, lifting the arms. Beautiful. So going as low as we can. Reaching up overhead, softening those shoulders. Beautiful. We're going to add a little bit of a flow here, so keeping the legs where they are. Let's inhale, reach even higher, arching the back. And exhale, we're going to fold our body forward, sweeping the arms behind us. And inhale, up and over, arch that spine. Exhale, float forward. We're going to add at our own pace, just a little flow, a little wave in the body, tying it to the breath. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, sweep it forward. Good. Inhale one more time, up and over. Exhale, fold forward. Beautiful. Let's come back up to warrior one. Sweep those arms out to the side. Finding our warrior two. Opening up the collarbones. Breathing deep. When we're ready, let's drop that left arm down to the thigh. We're going to sweep the right arm up overhead. Finding that side angle. If we want a little challenge, we can bring that left arm all the way to the floor. Beautiful. Beautiful. Looking up past the elbow if we can. Adding a little twist. Good. On the next inhale, let's press ourselves all the way back to Warrior Two. Let's drop the right arm down, lift the left arm over for Reverse Warrior. Opening up the chest, the side body, breathing deep. Good. On the exhale, let's sweep back to Warrior Two. Straighten that left leg all the way for our triangle pose, and we'll reach out and over. Grab that leg or the floor. Good. Send those hips back as much as we can, elongating the hamstrings. Breathing deep into the belly. On the next exhale, let's bring that right arm all the way down. We're going to square those shoulders off to the mat. And we're going to fold forward right over that left leg. If you need to bend it a little bit, that's all right. Imagine bringing your chest all the way over those toes on the left foot. Breathing deep, softening as much as we can, letting go of that tension. When we're ready, let's go ahead and bend the left knee. We're going to drop the right knee down and bring ourselves up into a knee. Good. From here, let's lean forward into those hips. Really stretching that psoas, finding that hip flexor. Going as low as we can while lifting the crown of the head. Like a little bit more intensity, reach back with that left arm, grab your right toe. Very nice. Beautiful. On the next exhale, let's unwind ourselves, drop that foot down. We're going to bring our hands down to the mat, and we'll step back into our high plank. Lowering through chaturanga. Lifting up, opening the chest to upward dog. And exhale, sending those hips back for downward dog. Taking a moment here, checking back in with ourselves. Walking those legs out. Maybe bringing the chest down further to the mat, stretching into those shoulders. When we're ready, looking up to the hands, let's step between them, finding our forward fold. Lifting those hips up to the sky, elongating those hamstrings. On the inhale, looking up, flat back. Exhale down. Inhale, lift those arms up overhead, looking at those thumbs. And exhale to heart center. Beautiful. Taking a moment here, reconnecting with our body, with our breath, feeling some joy in our positions. Good. From here, let's lift those arms up. We're also going to take the left foot up. So see if you can bring that leg to 90 degrees, or whatever your practice allows today. Flexing that foot, finding our balance. Good, deep breath in. On the exhale, let's send that left foot all the way back, bringing our arms forward, finding our half moon. We can balance here, playing around with the bending on the right knee. You can bend it or straighten it. See how far you can go. Find your own limits. And when we're ready, stepping that left foot back at an angle, finding our warrior one on this side. Maybe we can widen those legs a bit. And sinking down all the way, as far as we can. Good. Lifting from those fingers, lifting from the back. On the inhale, let's reach even further, arching the spine, looking up. And exhale, we're going to forward fold, sending those arms back. So we're going to add a little wave and motion in the body. Inhale, up and arch. Exhale, back. Going at our own pace, let's do a few more. Finding our balance. And flow. Beautiful. Building some heat. Beautiful. One more inhale, let's reach back up to warrior one. And exhale, let's open wide to warrior two. Good. Opening up those collarbones, looking out over the right hand. On the next exhale, let's drop the right arm down, left arm overhead, finding that nice side angle pose. Good. And from here, let's drop the right arm if you can, if it's in your practice, for a little more intensity. When we're ready, coming all the way back up to warrior two, we're going to drop the left arm down, right arm overhead, opening up the side body. Good. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, coming back to warrior two. Let's straighten that right leg all the way up. Good. And on your exhale, we'll reach out and over, finding our triangle pose. Reaching to the floor, looking up to the left arm if you can. Sending those hips back, feeling those hamstrings. Finding your breath, finding that mantra from the beginning of class. Dedicating some time and energy to our own change and shift. On your next exhale, let's bring that left arm down. We're going to square the shoulders off to the mat. If you need to, you can bend that right knee a little bit. But we're going to attempt to forward fold over that leg. Bringing your chest towards your toes and dropping the head. Breathing deep into the legs.
finding our own limits, but also challenging them if we're feeling so inclined today. Beautiful. When we're ready, inhale. On the exhale, we're going to drop that left knee down and bring ourselves up to a kneel. And from here, we're going to lean into that front leg, stretching out the left hip, lifting from the spine, feeling into that psoas, opening everything up. Ready, if you'd like to add some more intensity, reach around with that right arm, grab your left leg. Good. The closer you bring that leg to your booty, the more intensity. So you choose your own adventure today. Taking one more deep inhale. On the exhale, let's unwind, plant those hands. We're going to step back to high plank, lowering to the belly. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, float those hips back for downward dog. Very nice. We're going to stay here for a moment, reconnecting, feeling our breath and body. Taking note of any sensations that have come up. When we're ready, on the next exhale, let's look up to the hands, walk our feet there, find our forward fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. Exhale, down. Inhale, let's sweep the arms all the way up overhead. And exhale to heart center. Good. Standing up nice and tall, feeling that energy coming from your feet all the way up through your spine and out through the crown. When we're ready, let's inhale the arms up. We're going to take that right leg up one more time. Lifting, finding our balance. And on our next exhale, let's step that right leg all the way back at an angle. So we have our warrior one. We can bend that front leg. Now from here, we're going to take the left foot, we're going to flex the toes up, straighten that knee, and we're going to rotate it so that we're fully side on our mats. Keeping those feet parallel, bringing our toes forward. We're going to inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale, send those hips all the way back, fold forward. Drop our head. You can allow those hands to float down to the floor, or if it feels good, we can grab opposite elbows. As we breathe, let's add a little side to side action, getting into those crevices in the hips. Every exhale getting just a little bit lower. Dropping the crown. From here, let's take our hands, bring them over to the left side. If we can, see if we can grab onto that ankle with both hands and bring ourselves over to the knee. let's switch to the other side, grabbing that right ankle, bringing ourselves further in. Good, and coming back to center, let's bend those knees just a little bit. We're gonna press ourselves back up to standing, taking our time, taking a moment here, breathing. And when we're ready, let's take those hands behind us. We're gonna interlace the fingers, rolling those shoulders back. And when we're ready, inhale, looking up. Exhale, let's fold forward, keeping those arms rolled back. And we'll let them float over top of the head. Get a deep stretch into the shoulders. Moving side to side again if that feels good for us. Good, let's take a deep breath in. On the exhale, we're gonna let those hands go. Allow them to trail down to the legs. We're gonna grab the outside of the feet, bending those elbows, and we're gonna pull ourselves down just a little bit further. Letting go, releasing as much as we can. When we're ready, undo the hands, bend those knees. We're gonna press ourselves up to standing, taking our time. Very nice. Take a moment, reconnect with the breath, feeling our heartbeat. And when we're ready, let's slowly heel toe those feet into each other, taking care of those legs. Very nice. And we'll make our way back to the top of the mat. Bring those big toes together. And when we're ready, let's inhale, sweeping those arms up overhead. Exhale, let's fold. Going even lower than before. Inhale, lift up to flat back. Exhale down, plant those hands, step back to high plank. Lower through to the belly. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, send those hips back. Finding your downward dog. Very nice. Taking a few moments here. Enjoying this position. Dropping the crown of the head down even further. When we're ready, let's bend those knees. We're going to send the hips back. And let's hop our way forward between the hands. Coming up to flat back. And exhale down. Inhale, let's lift all the way up overhead. Exhale to heart center. Very nice. Take a few moments. Feeling the weight of our body, seeing if it's over the toes or over the heels or anywhere in between. And let's see if we can bring them forward so that we're in the toes. We're going to lift those heels off the floor if we can. So we're going to stand on the balls of the feet, lift as high as we can. Balancing here. And if we can, if we'd like a challenge, we're going to bend those knees and stay on the balls of the feet. So we're going to come down, sending the knees forward, hips back, finding our balance, coming as low as we can. Very nice. From here, coming all the way back up, let's send the arms up with us. Find those tippy toes.
And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. Exhale, down, plant the hands, step back to high plank, lower into the belly. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. We're going to stay here for one deep breath in. When we're ready, let's lift that right leg up to the sky, pointing the toes, bending that right knee a little bit. And we're going to lift the hips so that they're stacked, one on top of the other. So you have a slight spinal twist here. Our right leg is hanging over to the left side. Good. And on the exhale, let's bring that right knee through to the chest. Hold it for just a second. And when we're ready, placing it in our pigeon position. So sending that leg forward. Left leg all the way back, squaring those hips off if we can. We're going to lift our chest all the way up. And when we're ready, we can fold forward over those hands. We're going to rest here for a moment. Taking our time, really getting into those hips. Feeling our glutes. Seeing how much tension we can let go of. Allowing our chest to come further towards the floor. Feeling our hearts let go. Letting go as much as we can. Taking a few more deep breaths. When we're ready, let's slowly push our way back up, pressing into the palms, lifting from the spine. And when we're ready, tucking that left toe under, we're going to step back to high plank. Lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Sending those hips back, walking the feet out. Taking care of your legs. On the inhale, let's do the other side. Lifting the left leg up, pointing the toe. We can bend that left knee. Let's stack those hips one on top of the other. So we're finding a small spinal twist here. Letting that left leg float over to the right side. On the exhale, let's bring that knee into the chest. Hold it for a second. And then dropping it down, finding our pigeon. When we're ready, squaring those hips off, making sure our spine is nice and straight, pressing the hips forward at first, and then slowly lowering down. We're going to take a moment here. We can rest our head on our hands if we can, softening the chest. With every exhale, we get just a little closer to the floor, stretching those glutes. Feeling our heartbeat as much as we can.
Two more deep breaths here. Releasing, letting go. And slowly, when we're ready, pressing ourselves up. Good. Taking our time, let's tuck that right toe under. Step back to high plank. Slowly lower down. Chaturanga. Lifting to upward dog. And exhale, finding our downward dog. Very nice. Let's walk those feet out just a little bit more. Taking some deep breaths in. And on our next inhale, let's bend those knees, send the hips back. On the exhale, we're going to jump through to seating and quickly lift those legs up to our boat pose. So see if we can get those calves parallel. You can grab under the knees, pointing those toes, lifting from the heart. If it feels good, you can even let go of those legs. And for extra credit, you can straighten those legs all the way out. Good, deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're gonna drop everything nice and slow. Good. From here, let's roll those arms behind us, squeezing those shoulder blades together. We're gonna come up into either a tabletop, so you can keep the knees bent. You can lift the pelvis like this, or you can straighten the legs and lift, finding our reverse plank. Whatever feels good for you today. And wherever you are, lifting from the center, looking up to the sky, squeezing those shoulder blades, finding power in the hands. Good. Let's slowly lower down. Taking our time, bending those knees one more time. And from here, we're going to roll onto the back. Taking a moment to slowly unwind, letting our muscles release. Closing our eyes if that feels good for us. And we'll do a body scan once more. Taking note of any shifts, any openings, anything that's different about our state of being. Good, still continuing our breath. We're gonna hug those knees into the chest, hugging ourselves into a tight little ball. Rocking side to side, massaging the low back. And grabbing our kneecaps, we're going to make big circles, opening up those hips, bringing them out and around. Very nice. Going the other direction. And from here, we're going to bring the soles of our feet together, bring our feet down to the floor, and open those knees wide, giving ourselves a moment. We can place our hands right on those hips or out to the side. And we're going to do a little bit of breath work before we conclude our practice today. So wherever you are, we're going to do 10 deep breaths in and out. And as we do that, we're going to fill our lungs completely. So as we breathe in, going all the way to the belly button, and on the exhale, letting all the air back out. And we're going to do this pretty quickly so that there's no pausing in between our breaths. So when we're ready, let's take our inhale. We have in, out, in, halfway there. One more breath in. And on the exhale, we're gonna hold for 10 seconds. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And on the last, let's inhale. And we're gonna hold for 10 more seconds on that inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and exhale. Very nice. Let's take a moment coming back to a neutral stance, a neutral breath. Taking note of anything that is different or has shifted. And from here, we're welcome to stay right where we are, or we can lengthen our legs all the way to Shavasana position. And we'll take a few moments of silence here to feel the body and listen to any insights that may come up for us. Beautiful. When we're ready, let's go ahead and wiggle our fingers and toes, slowly bringing some air, some energy back to the body. And taking our time, let's roll over to the right side. We'll slowly make our way back up to seated, taking care of our body. I'll take a few more moments here, bringing our hands to our hearts. Taking all of the insights, all of the changes and shifts, all of the good vibes, and surrounding yourself with it, and with gratitude for spending time on yourself today. Allowing all of this goodness to emanate through you to the rest of your day, to everybody you interact with, and to every decision that you make. Looking at our lives through this lens. Bow down to our hearts, honoring ourselves and our own judgments and our own journey. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.